Good evening. My name is Farah. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Hi, my name is Abdul Hakim bin Zulkifle.
And what should I call you?
You can call me Hakim.
Okay, Hakim. Can you tell me where you're from?
Uh, I live in Serikamangan, Selangor, and I live here since I was born, and still until now, I live in Serikamangan here.
Okay. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some information about yourself. Let's talk about food. What is your favorite food?
Hmm, there's a variety of choices of food that are available all around the place that I really love. But the one that is close to my heart is nasi lemak because every time during breakfast, whenever I get to eat my nasi lemak with the really delicious fried chicken, I feel like I'm on cloud nine because it makes me really happy to start my day with a plate of nasi lemak.
And what is the most popular food in your country?
As we all know, Malaysia is a multiracial country, so each of the races here have their own traditional foods. But I think there is one food that unites us all, and I think it is the roti canai because from my observation itself, whenever I go to the mama restaurant, there's a Chinese uncle, Indian uncle, and also some Malay people. Also, they must have a plate of roti canai on their table. So I think the most popular food in my country is the roti canai itself.
All right. What do you think of fast food?
Fast foods. Um, I think fast food has its pros and cons because usually people that is busy with their workload tend to have a limited time during their lunch hour or dinner, so they tend to get they tend to grab something that easy to get, so they will order the fast food such as the most common one in Malaysia is the McDonald's, KFC, or even Burger King because it is fast and it is easy to get and it is actually almost available everywhere. So the disadvantages of fast food I think is that if there is an excessive consumption on the fast food itself, it eventually can lead to obesity because the food itself contains a large amount of oil that makes it too greasy that it is actually harmful towards our well-being health. So yeah, I think fast food has its pros and cons, but I think in my honest opinion, the disadvantages exceed the advantages.
All right. So now I'm going to give you a topic. I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. You can make some notes if you wish. You understand? So here's some paper and pencil for making notes, and here's your topic. Please do not write anything on the candidate task card. All right, remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Alright. So everyone has their own preference on what to do during their leisure times. And I also can list down many things that I love to do during my free time. But my favorite hobby is playing with video games. So usually I'm playing my video games during weekdays the most times, and during weekends is kind of more free time, so I tend to play more duration of hours on the games during weekend compared to weekdays. So how many hours a week? I tend to split it into two, which is during the weekdays and the weekend. Usually during the weekdays, I only play for 2 to 3 hours, but during the weekend, it can goes up until 5 to 6 hours. And why did I start my hobby? Because I think that by playing video games can actually distress me, and I really enjoy playing with my video game as it helps me to unwind after a hard and long day of going to the schools and doing all the works. Uh, One of my favorite video games is nowadays it is popular is Genshin Impact, and also playing Mobile Legends.
All right. We've been talking about a hobby that you enjoy doing, and now I like to discuss one or two general questions related to this. So first, let's talk about hobby for a moment. Why do people need hobbies?
Hmm. I think that people need hobbies to make themselves feel occupied during their free time, so they can relax and do the things that they love that cannot be did during their work time. So people really need hobbies to release their stress and get to escape from the reality of their working life and business.
Okay. Do you think hobbies can interfere with work, study, or personal life?
Hmm, I do think that some hobbies can interfere with work or even study and personal life. Let's take an example like playing video games intensely, and some students don't well manage their free times. They tend to jumble up their times and playing video games not in the right times, such as even some I as I can see during with my experience, some of the students itself still playing video games even there's a lecturer in front teaching their inputs and so on. So I do think that hobbies sometimes can interfere with someone's personal life.
Can a hobby be dangerous?
Yes, I agree. Some hobbies can be dangerous as some people love to do outdoor activities such as hiking and jungle trekking. So such hobbies can lead to danger things that as example, they may tend to sleep during the wet trail in raining weather. So some hobbies can be dangerous things to do.
Okay, finally, let's discuss about leisure time. Do you think modern lifestyles give people enough time for leisure?
In my honest opinion, I think modern lifestyle does not give people enough time for leisure, as people nowadays tend to uh, put their all times and effort to settle their works done before some due date that has been given to them, and in order to achieve their goals, they tend to take up their leisure, even their free times, to settle their works and so on.
Do you think people today have more time to relax compared to the past?
Mm, I do think that people nowadays have a lazy time to relax compared to the past, as we can see people from the past cannot uh, does not have too much work to do compared to nowadays people.
And lastly, what do you think is the importance of leisure time in life?
Leisure time is important as people needs to uh, unwind and escape from their hectic and busy lifestyle.
Okay, thank you very much. That is the end of the speaking test simulation.